I am Dr. Jesse John, Assistant Professor, Department of Anatomy, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. So today we are discussing the rest of the part of the anatomy of the liver. And if you find any doubts, any query, please write it below in comment box, and I will resolve very soon. So now we will start from the hepatic ligaments. Okay. So we will discuss about the ligaments of the liver, and that are the two type, false and true. And first we will discuss about the false ligament that are actually peritoneal folds. So why we will call false these ligaments? Because they are not the ligaments, they are the actual peritoneal folds. So we will call the false ligament. And these are the falciform ligament, coronary ligament, right triangular ligament, and left triangular ligament, and the lesser omentum. Falciform ligament is a sickle-shaped fold of the peritoneum connecting the liver to the undersurface of the diaphragm and the anterior abdominal wall up to the umbilicus. And the coronary ligament, this is a triangular fold of the peritoneum connecting the area of the liver to the diaphragm, and it consists of the two layers, upper and lower, and upper layer is reflected from the diaphragm to the liver, whereas the lower layer is reflected from the liver to the upper end of the kidney. Right triangular ligament, it is a small triangular fold of the peritoneum which connects the right lateral surface of the liver to the diaphragm, and it includes the apex of the bare area of the liver. Left triangular ligament, it is the very small triangular fold of the peritoneum which connects the upper surface of the left lobe to the diaphragm. Lesser omentum, it is the fold of the peritoneum connecting the lesser curvature of the stomach and proximal 1 inch of the duodenum to the visceral surface of the liver. And the hepatic attachment is J-shaped with vertical limb being attached to the margins of the fissure for the ligament venosum, and horizontal limb being attached to the margins of the porta hepatis. True ligament. True ligaments are actually the remnants of the fetal structures that includes the ligamentum teres hepatis and ligamentum venosum. Ligamentum teres hepatis is the remnant of the obliterated left umbilical vein and extend from the umbilicus to the left branch of the portal vein. Ligamentum venosum, it is the remnant of the obliterated ductus venous which in the present in the fetal life. Relations, diaphragmatic surface, superior surface, and the convex right and left part of the surface fit into the corresponding dome of the diaphragm, which separates them from the corresponding lung and pleura. And the center depressed area of the surface is related to central tendon of the diaphragm, which separates it from the pericardium of the heart. So this is area termed cardiac impression. Anterior surface, it is related to xiphoid process and anterior abdominal wall in the median plane and diaphragm on each side. Right lateral surface, it is also related to the diaphragm opposite 7 to 11th ribs in the mid-axillary line. And posterior surface, the surface present bare area of the liver, groove for inferior vena cava, caudate lobe, fissure for ligamentum venosum, and posterior surface of the left lobe. And the relation of the visceral surface, the inferior surface of the left lobe is related to the anterior superior surface of the stomach, which produce a gastric impression, and the fissure of the ligamentum teres is deep cleft to the left of the quadrate lobe. The ligamentum teres lies in its floor, and inferior surface of the right lobe presents three prominent features, that is quadrate lobe, fossa for the gallbladder, and the porta hepatis. Now we will discuss what is the blood supply this higher vascular organ, that is the liver. And it has liver is a highly vascular organ because there the blood supply is abundant. It receives blood from the two sources. The arterial blood, that we will say the oxygenated blood, is supplied by the hepatic artery, and venous blood that is rich in nutrients is supplied by the portal vein. In a normal adult, nearly one-third of the cardiac output passes through the liver, and about 80% of this is delivered through the portal vein and 20% delivered through the hepatic artery. Venous drainage, and it is drained by the three hepatic veins, that is left hepatic vein, middle hepatic vein, and right hepatic vein. Left hepatic vein between the medial and lateral segment of the left true lobe, it drained, and middle hepatic vein drained between the true right and true left true lobes, and right hepatic vein drained from the between anterior and posterior segment of the right true lobe. These veins do not have the extra hepatic course. They emerge in the upper part of the group for IVC and open directly into the inferior vena cava just below the central tendon of the diaphragm. And the three veins may enter the inferior vena cava independently, but the left and middle veins usually join so that only two major veins join the inferior vena cava. And lymphatic drainage, a network of superficial lymphatic exists in the capsule of the liver underneath the peritoneum. The surface lymphatics form the posterior aspect of the liver coverage towards the bare area of the liver and communicates with the extra peritoneal lymphatics which perforate the diaphragm and drains into the posterior mediastinal lymph nodes. The superficial lymphatic from the anterior aspect of the liver drain into three or four nodes that lies in the porta hepatis. The nodes also receive the lymphatics from the gallbladder, and afferent from these nodes run towards downwards along the hepatic artery to the celiac nodes. The lymphatics accompanying the portal trines constitute the deep lymphatics, and nerve supply is supplied by both sympathetic and parasympathetic fiber. Sympathetic fiber are derived from the celiac plexus, and the parasympathetic fibers from the hepatic branch of the anterior vagal trunk, which reaches the porta hepatis through the lesser omentum. Pain occurring due to the distension of the hepatic capsule and hepatic peritoneum due to the inflammation and swelling of the liver run along the sympathetic fibers. The pain often referred to the epigastrium and sometimes to the shoulder. What the factors that keep the liver in this position, because it has a weight and like larger shape, so these things that kept the liver in their positions, that is the hepatic vein, intra-abdominal pressure that maintained tone of the abdominal muscles, and peritoneal ligaments that connects the liver to the abdominal walls. Now we will discuss about the microscopic structure that is very important. Microscopic anatomy of liver reveal a uniform structure of the clusters of the cells called lobules. The microscopic anatomy of liver reveals a uniform structure of the clusters of the cells called lobules, consisting of the numerous cores of rectangular liver cells, or we call these liver cells hepatocytes, that radiates from the central vein towards a thin layer of the connective tissue that separates the lobules from other neighboring lobules. The cores of the liver cells are one cell thick and are separated from one another on several surfaces by space called sinusoids or hepatic capillaries. Sinusoids are the lined by thin endothelial cells that have opening through which finger-like projection of the hepatocytes extend, allowing direct accessibility of the hepatocytes to the bloodstream in the sinusoids. Kupffer cells also adhere to the wall of the sinusoids and project into the lumen, and it functions as a phagocytes. It act like that. On neighboring surface, the hepatocytes are bound to the one another by dense tight junction. These are perforated by small channels called canaliculi that receiving bile from the hepatocytes, and they eventually join the other canaliculi, forming progressively larger bile duct that eventually emerge from the porta hepatis as the hepatic duct. Now we'll discuss about the assignment. These are assignments that what is the function of the liver, how many type of liver lobes are present in the liver, and how many surface and borders are present in the liver. These are assignment you have to do. And if you have any query, please let me know. And thank you so much, and keep studying.